My username was Throw That Ass in a Prayer Circle 69. And PD Posse, what's up?
Fuck her right in the pussy. Boop.
Okay. Take 4. What's up, PD Posse?
Take
Hello.
5.
Hello.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway.
I thought that was perfect.
Hey,
It was sounding a little raspy.
boss.
PD Posse, what's up? How y'all feel today? What's up? What's up? So we are back with another video.
Are you chanting?
Namyo Renge Kyo.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, okay.
Namyo Renge Kyo. 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 Namyo.
I was ready for it. So we decided, as well as quite a few people who has asked us to do a How We Met video.
Yeah, so I guess we were requested to do a How You Met video. So I'm gonna let him tell his version first. And then I'm gonna tell you all the actual version.
My version is the version.
Okay, well go ahead.
Well, first of all, before we get into the video, guys, don't forget to comment, share, like, subscribe. Turn on your notifications, please, so you know when he and I
Posts.
are posting.
Period.
.com.
Okay.
All right, so let me tell you how we met. This is the real true story, right? So, boom. Picture it. Sicily, 1940. I'm just kidding. All right.
All right, Golden Girls.
Right, you know, I had to bring in that because, yeah. Back one day on a holy site, I was on Christian Mingle. Amen. Hallelujah. Glory.
Hi, glory!
I was on Christian Mingle, and I was looking for a holy man to be with. My username was Throw That Ass in a Prayer Circle 69. And I was looking for someone who went to church, who praised God, who spoke in who spoke in tongues, who loved the Lord just as much as I did. And I found him. His name is Daniel. One day I hit him up and I said, "Praise the Lord, brother. How are you today?" And he said, "You have a very interesting username." And I said, "I know. I just wanted to let you know, I'm holy in the streets, but I'm a freak in the sheets. The good book says it." And so he said, "So what made you, come up with that name?" And I was like, I had to think of something that really told who I was as an individual, what really defined Patty as Patty, the God-fearing man. And so I really want you guys to know that this is if you are looking for the right person, that Christian Mingle is the app for you, the website for you. Find yourself a holy woman or a holy man on Christian Mingle, because I know you will find the person of God. All right. But yeah, so then, I made the app and I found him, and he said he was looking for a nice wholesome bud and whatnot. And I said, well, I'm saved, and I don't do the unholy stuff, And yeah, that's pretty much how it started. And then we kept talking and talking and talking, boom. That's pretty much it.
Well, now that he gave y'all that story that happened, never.
Yeah.
We actually met on a dating app. If you're familiar, if you're gay, everybody knows it. If you're familiar with gay life. So we met on Jack. Yeah. We know. Oh, Jack is not a place to meet up. A place to find your love. Or Jack is not a place. It's only for sex. Yeah, whatever. Well, there are people on there actually looking for people to actually vibe and talk to and get to know.
And I was one of them.
And I was definitely one of them. Don't get me wrong. The app had its purpose or like that, but at the same time, that wasn't the sole reason why I was on the app. I didn't get on the app for the purpose to hook up like that. I was introduced to the app.
Well, it started off as a dating app. it was originated to be a dating app, but it wind up taking a left turn. So it just turned into basically a hookup or a sexual app or whatever case may be. And I don't know about you, but I felt like the only weird one that was I knew what the app was about, but I felt like I'm like the only idiot on here for the opposite reason. Like everybody's looking for a hookup, and I'm actually, looking for a relationship. And quite a few people that I actually knew on that, they would say, Patty, you're never going to find somebody, and this is not the app for that. You need to try to find somebody in person or, something else. But look, a year and 3 months later.
Yeah, but I wasn't, I wasn't discouraged.
Don't show me love.
Shut the hell up. I wasn't discouraged by other people, by the fact that other people just wanted to hook up and stuff like that. No, I just wasn't. For me, I would just like dub them because that wasn't me. I was not the type to just go to somebody's house and hook up and leave and something like that's just not me. But what really happened was I was minding my good old business, living my bestest of life. I was home on Thanksgiving vacation because I was in school or whatever like that. And as you know, my phone went off. And I was like, ooh, child. People want to talk to me because, every time I came back into place up in the city, my jack would go off. So I was on my way to my sister's house that night. Was I?
That wasn't that night. No, sir.
No.
No.
Okay, I just know
the night you went to your sister's house was the first night we FaceTimed.
Okay, yeah. But I just know he wrote me off like that. And mind you, I was like, I guess you could say I was a hoe. Not hoe in the sense of saying that I was talking to multiple people at one time on Jack off like that, not like doing things with them, but just like entertaining them.
That's not being a hoe. You're just talking to people.
Well, I was entertaining a lot of people at one time.
And so was I.
And when he hit me up, he was one of the people that I was entertaining at that time. So when he first hit me up of like that, I was like, okay, he's cute, he's adorable, or whatever.
Said hello.
He's like hello of like that. And we're just talking or whatever, and of course I'm gonna flirt with you back to flirt with me. So we're flirting and messages stuff like that. But like I didn't really think any
objection.
What?
We, as a matter of fact, in our messages in the beginning, we did not flirt. We just
had
regular conversation. Yeah, we did not flirt until later.
But like we have a good conversation or whatever like that. But
it was stuff like, "What are you doing? I'm bored."
Right. Okay. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. So basically, he wrote me. We were talking of like that, and we were just like having friendly conversation. And then it comes to the night, the night before I was going back to school. I went to my sister's house because she wanted like me to cook or like that. We would go over there and cook and drink or whatever. And we were talking that night, or whatever. And he asked me to FaceTime him. And when I was like, okay, sure, because I don't, because sometimes people feel like they're talking to like fake accounts or like that on Jack, even though I knew that wasn't his reasoning, but I don't mind FaceTiming people just to prove that I'm me.
No, but that wasn't my reasoning.
Right,
My reasoning was we've been talking for a while now, and we haven't seen each other basically face to face, if you will, on FaceTime.
Right.
So granted, I think it's about time that we do that. That's why I did it.
So, he FaceTimed me or like that. I think I had to give you my number because usually I give people like my iCloud instead of my number.
No, I had your number for a while. You gave me your number. Cause I said, hey, like I don't be on here much.
Oh wait, yeah. They changed numbers. So, he FaceTimed me over like that. When he FaceTimed me, I just heard like this high pitch, like hi, and I'm just like,
no, that's not how that started.
How it started?
When I was texting you and I said, when you FaceTime me, I'm gonna give you like trade buys and give
you, yeah. We're having a conversation about like being trady or being like,
very masculine if you will.
And mind you, like our conversations were like not sexual like that. I was kind of getting a feel of the type of person he was, so I wasn't automatically attracted. I just thought of more of him as a friend at that point. So he answered over like that, and he was like putting on this trade persona.
Yo, I had my pants sagged and all, like giving, I was like, yo, what's poppin'?
Yeah,
and he's just laughing. I'm like, okay, so he's not taking me serious, so.
No, he's not. But
it's no shade. This is why I didn't. When we first FaceTime, I don't want to say I didn't like him, but I was like, no, this is not gonna go anywhere because he was more feminine And then he thought the same thing about me. Like, I was like, okay, this will be a good friend. And then I guess he thought the same thing about me, but I was like, okay, I don't.
Yeah, we're gonna back up.
Beep.
If you don't know what trade is, for those of you who are not fluent in the lingo or who are
I'm learning.
in
Okay,
the community
so
or like that, trade is basically a person who presents himself as like the masculine straight man. Like they don't give off like what the stereotypical gay man would give off. They just give regular guy, but who messes with guys or like that, who are interested in guys. Anyway, back to the story. So he FaceTime with like that. He was doing his little persona or whatever, his little trade persona, and I was like, okay. I was laughing. It was funny to me or like that. And then he like after he's done with that, he actually like switched to like his normal self,
my normal me.
and then and when he did that, he was just like it was very overpowering. It was like a very high energetic spirit. It was like his voice was high, stuff like that. And as soon as I like experienced that, I was like, yeah, no, this is my sister. Like that's my girlfriend. Like we can't. There's no potential of us doing anything or like that. Like he could be a good friend or like that. Like I don't see nothing more than that. And that's how my headset was basically from that night on until I left and stuff like that.
Sorry.
So yeah. So we would like continue to talk that night of like that.
Oh wait. Okay, so minus his I don't want to say behavior, but minus him as a whole, he had some attributes about him that I also wasn't a fan of. So, like I said, he was more on the feminine side, and not saying, I was looking for a real masculine person, but I was prior to dating him, I was very close-minded and whatever the case may be. So I wasn't really a fan of, the more feminine gays and stuff like that. But he also vogues, and he was a part of House.
Yeah, but I don't think you knew all that around that time.
I knew you vogued though. That I knew.
Okay.
Because I definitely was telling you, sir, how I wasn't like a fan of that. So he vogues. So it's not nothing wrong with it. I don't knock anyone for it. It's just not my thing. So, and I felt like anybody who and he opened my eyes to a lot of the voguing scene, if you will.
Ballroom scene.
Ballroom, excuse me. Whatever. I'm still learning. I said that. But he opened my eyes to a lot. Like I thought if you were somebody who vogues, I thought you were the over the top gay. Like I felt like everybody who vogues, they talk like this and they do that and they're very. It starts with a B. Banji, yes, Banji. There we go. See, I'm learning. And that's why I was like, okay, I wasn't a fan of it, and I don't think he's gonna be the one for me because I'm not a fan of that. Like I like excuse me. Well, I don't know what's going on. I like a more laid back person that, basically was not what he had to offer. But my heart changed.
Where was it? I don't know where I left off. Oh, so basically that night happened like that. We FaceTime, whatever, and we would like keep in contact like here and there. So I had left the next day. I had left and went back to school or whatever, and he would like hit me up here and there, not as frequently in the beginning, but then as time went on to me coming back home for winter break, he would hit me up more. And one thing about me is I like consistency. That's how somebody can prove themselves to me that I know that they're really into me and they really want to talk to me. It's consistency. If you're down to texting me, calling me up like that every day, or just checking up on me or like that, that's a plus in my book. Like, because I've been talking to people who weren't consistent, like, and that just was just a turn off. So he was consistent, and that's what basically changed my mind from being, oh, that's my friend, so, oh, okay, I can actually see myself being with him. So it was getting closer to basically me coming home in December for winter break, and he asked to FaceTime me again, and I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And when he FaceTimed me, I was packing my clothes because I was going to come home.
And that was the day I did not like you.
Yeah, I don't. He recalls. So I'm gonna let him tell this part. He recalls what happened. I don't recall me saying these things, but
I do.
Allegedly, this is what
ain't no allegedly.
Go ahead.
So here's what happened, right? So long story short, we were on FaceTime for a while. Like we were really on FaceTime, And like he said, he was packing, getting ready to come back home. So, long story short, after it's basically also almost time for us to hang up. I had asked him a question, and I was just like, it wasn't like basically like, am I boring you? Like, is this conversation boring you? Or like, it's like more of a like, am I keeping your attention? Am I keeping your attention?
Mm-hmm.
Or if I'm boring you, or like, in the aspect of that type of question. And he was just basically. So if I asked him, am I boring you? He basically said yes. If I asked him, am I keeping your attention? He basically said no. So however I said it, you responded in that manner. So that's where I started to lose hope, because I was like, okay, damn, I can't even keep his attention. Like, I'm over here boring him, and I don't feel like I'm interested interesting to him. But anyway, something about him like really stood out to me. Like, I don't know, it's like, I don't know why, but I'm gonna say something. Like, and like, I don't know, I don't really like to hit people up first, because then they like to use it against you, and they always feel that you want something. Like, people have gained friends from it. People have gained relationships, and 9 out of 10 times, people gain hookups. But people always feel you want something from them if you hit them up first, and they automatically think you either want something sexual. And in my case, that wasn't it. But I said something about him. I was just like, he got regular pictures up here. He barely got anything in his bio. But I said, let me say hey. But then that night, when he was packing and coming home, and after he answered the question, and my mood kind of changed, and I said, okay, well, I know you got, and I was like, I was upset about it, so I said, you know what, I know you have things to do. Go ahead, and we'll talk tomorrow or something like that. But I had really liked him. Like, I wasn't consistent with a lot of people, but something about him that kind of kept me going. Even after the FaceTime, for the first FaceTime call, my best friend, after I explained it to her, she was like, Patty, you need to push, and you need to stop having this very closed-minded opinion on people because of what they do or how they might act or whatever the case may be. Yes, you are okay to having your preference, but it's also okay to open up your I don't even know the word for it, like
your horizon.
Yeah,
your
like broaden your
mindset.
horizons, because you never know who could be the one for you if you just pinpoint. I only dated, like, I didn't think I could ever date somebody that was thick, or not saying he's on the heavier side, but like anybody that was like not slim or whatever the case may be. But after like really getting into him, it was just like, wow, like, I'm really glad that I made that decision. So anyway, so he packed and he came home. So I was also entertaining somebody else. And what's funny, while I
think he actually told me.
Yeah, I told you about that. Yeah.
Okay. Wait, no, back up. All right. So basically, wow, we didn't need it.
I was backing up.
We didn't need it. Okay. Anyway, so basically, we had that FaceTime call, me packing to come back to New York City for my winter break, like that, and we were talking about like that. And don't get me wrong, like, I wasn't. Even when he did FaceTime me that second time, the interest still wasn't all the way there. The reason why I grew more interest in him, because he was more consistent. Even after that second FaceTime, he was more consistent over and over and over again. That's what it made me feel special. It made me feel like somebody really wants to pursue me. And like he said before, like, we wasn't each other's type. Like, my type is, I like dark skinned, tall guys.
We're the same height.
Like that. We're the same height. So
I know I may not look like it, but I'm slouched.
But I feel like he was ready to pursue me before I was ready to pursue him. So that's what basically got me to basically be intrigued and to actually go ahead and do it. I literally had to sit down. I had to sit down and tell myself, don't miss your blessing. Like, don't miss this opportunity, because you waiting for that right person or that ideal person that you like is gonna, like, it's not gonna go how you want it to go, or it's either you're not gonna ever find them. So why would you give up this opportunity to date somebody who's really feeling you, of like that, to hold it out on somebody who may not be feeling you? You know what I mean?
So,
thanks for tuning in. Yes, like, share, subscribe,
comment
upon the thing, and we'll see you on the next time.
Wait, you know what time it is? It's that time of the day where I get to kiss my baby. Give me a kiss.
Hold on, my lips are dry as fuck.
It's okay.
Open your mouth.
That's not how that's.
Wow. Later.